The day that woman called the cops on me, I was standing on my back porch with a cup of coffee, watching the sunrise shimmer across my lake, the same lake my grandfather out with his bare hands in 1964. The air was calm, the water still, and I remember thinking, nothing beats peace and quiet. Little did I know, my new neighbor was about to ruin both. Her name was Karen, and she showed up at my gate 2 weeks after moving in. She had that clipboard and sunglasses energy, the kind that screams self-appointed authority. She introduced herself as the president of the Lakeside Preservation HOA. I smiled politely and told her, "Ma'am, that HOA doesn't apply to me. This land's been private for 60 years. Her jaw tightened. She didn't like hearing no. A few days later, I got a letter bright red. Stamped final notice demanding HOA dues, dock fees, and a lake usage compliance inspection. I nearly spit my coffee laughing. The lake was on my property. I even had the original survey map signed by the county registrar. But instead of asking questions, Karen started issuing violations for my mailbox, my fence color, and apparently my flagpole height. Then came the day she crossed the line. I was out fixing the dock boards when a sheriff's cruiser pulled up. 2 deputies stepped out, looking confused. "Sir," one said, "we got a call about a trespasser refusing HOA directives." I pointed to the deed nailed on the post beside me. "Officer," I said calmly, "if I'm trespassing, I guess I'm trespassing on my own lake." The deputy chuckled. Karen, standing behind them, didn't. She demanded they enforce community law. He turned to her and said, "Ma'am, this man owns the lake. The HOA can't regulate his property." Her face drained of color faster than a sunset. Turns out, Rachel had been trying for years to expand jurisdiction over the water line, but the deed clearly marked it as privately owned. It's grandfathered before the HOA even existed. When word spread, half the neighborhood started questioning her authority. A week later, the HOA board voted her out. Now, every evening, I sit on my porch, coffee in hand, watching the same lake ripple in the orange light. The only patrols I see are ducks gliding across the water. Sometimes I think about how far folks will go to control what isn't theirs. But peace doesn't come from control. It comes from knowing where you stand and what's yours to protect. Have you ever had to stand your ground against an HOA like this? Share your story in the comments. I read every one. And if you believe some fights are worth having, hit subscribe. Let's stand up together. Asterisk for more interesting and heart-touching stories. Hit the subscribe button now.